Hello there everyone, this is Silverreploid CLD once again, and today I come at you with another SFM based video. And in this video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to make the actual model avatar of yours truly, Silverreploid CLD. Now, the first two steps I'm going to lay out for you guys is very fundamental, but the next couple of steps from point C to point Z, well, for point A and point B, they're going to be easy. So for the rest of it, it's going to be a very laborious task in order to carry out the model to be displayed on SFM for you guys to, if you want to try out my avatar, and of course if you need the stuff you need for the custom skin, you can check me out on Discord. The link to my Discord will be in the description. So today, we're going to get started with this tutorial here. So first things first, we're going to go to Steam Workshop. So to get to Steam Workshop, we're going to open up Steam, either by desktop or by the taskbar, or system tray, and we're going to go to community and we're going to go to workshop. Now once you go to workshop, we're going to search up source filmmaker. Now once you search up source filmmaker, we're now going to search up two things that we need from the workshop. The first one is going to be the actual MegaMan X model version 2, and it's going to be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite base. So what we want from the workshop is this one right here, MegaMan X V2 updated Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And as you can tell, I've already subscribed to the model, and of course this is by Sneakyerz, so shout out to Sneakyerz for this excellent looking MegaMan X version 2 model. And once you get that, you'll also need shapes called awesome shapes. And this is the one right here. This is by Spicy Apples, and shout out to Spicy Apples for these excellent shapes for anything we can use for Source Filmmaker and furthermore. Alright, so once we get that, once we subscribe to these two items, we're going to go ahead and X out Steam. So once you get that, we're going to go back to Source Filmmaker, and we're going to create an animation set for new model. Now, as you can tell, it's searching for all the models from everywhere, user mod, workshop, etc., including the TF2 models. So once we get that once we get all these searched up, like over 10,000 or so, we're going to search up the MegaMan X model version 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Edition. And as you can tell, I search up the first part of MegaMan's name, and of course some of the MegaMan based models are already displayed, including MegaMan 11 models and this one here. This is the one we want. So once you get that highlighted and of course displayed correctly, we're going to go ahead and either double click on this or highlight it and click on open. So we're going to display the model here, and once you get that done, we're going to apply MegaMan X at the designated spot. So to move the actual model, and of course without having to mess up anything, always go by body via root transform, and then we're going to change to global move, and we're going to move him on the ground. So if you use these circles, by the way, you use these instead of the arrow guidance, it'll be much easier to, but you want to make sure you go by the right vertices, or yeah, but anyway guys, you want to go by the correct axis. So we're going to place him on the ground right there. I'm going to zoom into him. Let me add a little lighting, but not too much light, because well, it'll make everything laborious to see. So this should be good. So got the lighting adjusted, got MegaMan X inside the fray. Alright, now for the next step, this is where you will need to use what you need to use for the custom Reploid skin. And of course, it'll take different ways to apply the different, because usually when it comes to coloration of MegaMan X model like this one right here, it's not that simple, because well, you have to turn up the heat a little bit on some new features, which is exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. So what you will need is the Reploid skin file, which I will show you right here. This is the zip folder right here. If you want the zip folder, you can contact me via Discord. Once again guys, my link to the Discord server is in the description. And of course, there's a readme file and there's the materials file. And what we're going to do next, we're going to open a new window, because we're going to go to the source filmmaker, the actual source filmmaker folder. And to do that, we're going to go to program files, and you should find Steam, and of course Steam apps. Then go to common. Then we're going to go to the actual software file that we have, the source filmmaker folder. Then we're going to go to the game folder. Now, what you need to do here is you will need to drag the materials folder inside the source filmmaker folder, which is, well, go to user mod, go inside of user mod. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention you have to go to user mod. So this is the directory right here, program files, parentheses x86. If you have the Steam folder in there, you should be able to have Steam apps once you open program files. Any program files you have, well, whatever directory you installed, Steam, and of course source filmmaker. Then go to Steam apps, go to common, source filmmaker, game, and user mod. Remember guys, you want to go to user mod. Okay, so what we're going to do next, we're going to simply drag the materials folder in the user mod folder, not inside materials. You want to drag it inside to user mod, inside user mod. And once it prompts you this, click replace the files in the destination. Once you do that, then we're going to go back to source filmmaker. Now this will apply to the skin and the eyes, because usually the eyes won't show correctly, but I will show you step by step on how to get that done. Alright, go back to source filmmaker, and once you get that done, whoa, hold on, we got to open the readme file, so one sec. Alright, so this readme file contains the steps on how to obtain the custom skin for your MegaMan X model. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to keep this open and minimize while we go back to source filmmaker, and then we're going to set the skin to 1. As you can see, it looks a lot more beautifully colored. You got some more excellent coloration when you change skins. Everything goes well when you change skins and of course body groups and such. Okay, now we're going to click on, right click on the model and click on add override materials. So once we do that, we're going to right click again the model, and we're going to go to show an element viewer, model. Okay, so this is the element viewer section, and we're going to go to materials. We're going to expand that. Alright, so as you can see, we have a little over 20 materials for MegaMan X model right here. So what we're going to focus on is the buster and these 10 down here, from left arm alternate to face alternate. And of course, the reason why we're focusing on alternate, because when you set the skin, you have to focus on the alternate section. If you have the skin set to 0, then you focus in this area instead of the alternate. So since we have an alternate skin, we're going to focus on alternate skin, but we can still change the busters out. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand buster first, and then we're going to add an attribute. We're going to add the string attribute. So we're going to right click on buster, and we're going to scroll to add attribute and click on string. And what we're going to type in there is $base texture. Once you get that, it doesn't apply the coloration yet, but when we get to the alternate ones, you'll see how it works. But for the eyes, we're going to use a different string, not base texture, but we're going to use $iris, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Let me just go ahead and focus on the other parts real quick. We're going to expand. Remember, we're focusing on buster, then we're going to come down to arm left alternate to face alternate. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're working on the alternate skin and such, focus on the alternate section. So with that said, let's go ahead and do the attributes for arm left alternate to face alternate. Add attribute, string, $base texture. As you can see, it has a different coloration, and we're going to fix that when we get done changing the when we get done adding the attributes to the designated materials that we need for custom coloration for MegaMan X. So we're going to do the same thing for the hand. For both left and right. Now we're going to do the right arm, string, right hand, string, $, base texture. Do both bodies, body and body 1, string, base texture. As you can see, almost every section is getting that purple-like coloration, and that will be fixed when we go further. Buster alternative, string, base texture. Now, for the eyes, left and right, we're going to right-click on, we're going to go to the same area, string, but this time we're going to focus on typing $iris. This will help with the eyes getting a clear sight for MegaMan X in Source Filmmaker. So $iris for both left and right. And after that, lastly, the face alternative. String, base texture. Remember, the only time we use $iris is for the eyes. That's what you're doing this model. Alright, so after we get this done, we're going to, let me expand Buster. Alright, now that we got the base textures and the iris applied to the materials that we need for the customization of MegaMan X via Source Filmmaker, we're going to go back to the README file, and we're going to select the directory, the folder directory, so that way the customization can be applied to the parts that we need for making it look like my avatar. So once you apply this to the materials that we have on Source Filmmaker, it will change coloration to a metal-like coloration. So we're focusing on Buster. Now ignore the eyes because we got the different directory for the eyes, because we got two files. We have the eye alteration and of course the main body alteration. So for the main body, which are the arms, the hands, and of course the body and such, except the eyes, we're going to copy this directory right here, and we're going to come right here next to base texture. For each one, we're going to do Buster first, have the directory copy, and go by base texture and type in the database. Well, copy and paste, yeah, paste it, and it'll be applied to the Buster. Now, as you can tell, it didn't apply to, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So we're done with that. Next, we're going to do the arm, the left arm. So go right here, paste, apply, press enter, and as you can see, the coloration has been altered to a metal-like color. So far so good. Alright, for the hand, the left hand, paste in the data, enter to apply, and it's the same color as the original, so we can still move forward. So we're done with that. Next, the right arm, go right here, paste, enter. Alright, so we applied the coloration for the right arm. Now for the right hand. Same process. Body alternative, same process. The coloration is almost complete. After we apply the coloration, we're going to apply the head pieces, because many of you seen my avatar already, so we're going to use those awesome shapes for the head pieces, the helmet pieces. So stay with me, guys. Go right here, same process, apply. It's starting to look really good. Apply. Now for the eyes, I'll show you in just a moment. So we're going to skip down to face alternate and apply the same directory text, and there we go. Alright, now that we applied the directory to the materials, we're now going to do the eye. So go back to the README file and go to number 4, which is, as for the eyes, you need to do the same, but instead of $base texture, type $iris, which we already did, and then we're going to fill this in the data section, the directory right here. Go back to Source Filmmaker and go to the eyes, alternate. Right eye alternate. Go right here by $iris in the data section and paste the directory for the eyes, and the same thing for the left eye alternate. Now we're going to close these together. And we're going to go back to animation set editor. As you can see, MegaMan has a custom color now. We're going to change a few things in just a moment. But right now, as you can see, the eyes are not displayed correctly. So what we're going to do, we're going to highlight the model, MegaMan XV21, and we're going to go to local view target factor. Then we're going to adjust until his eyes are displayed. Hold on. And there we go. We got the eyes set up. Oh yes, it does look good in this angle. But despite him looking T-pose like. But anyway guys, let's go to the head pieces. So what we're going to do right here, we're going to create animation set for new model again. And this time we're going to apply the shapes. So the shapes we're going to use are pyramids. And of course, like always guys, we're going to add the coloration to that too. Alright, so since we're focusing on the head, well, let me do at least 2 more, because that's how many my avatar has. So we're going to do 1, we're going to do 2, we're going to do 3. Alright, so since we've got some good lighting here, what we're going to do is we're going to take each 3 of these shapes and put them in their designated spots on my helmet. To do that, we're going to expand the model of MegaMan X, and we're going to find the head. It should be in the body section, so it should be bip_head. So what we're going to do, we're going to expand the pyramids, and we're going to expand the body of the pyramids as well. We're going to focus on the first one because I don't want to get it too perplexing for you guys to look at. So anyway, we're going to simply take bip head and drag into root transform of the first pyramid. Now once you do that, click on root transform pyramid. Then we're going to go to the procedural section and adjust 0 to the max. As you can see, it's advancing to the head. Now don't worry how it's looking so far. It only requires a little adjustment, which we'll get to in just a moment. So we're going to go ahead and scroll to the pyramid that's converging with MegaMan X's head, and we're going to simply adjust. Now even if you adjust, if X make any movements, they'll be along with the helmet as long as we adjust it to the right spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to position, we're going to start with his right side. So I'm going to go right here, and we'll also do the resizing in just a moment. All we can do here is just reposition MegaMan's earpieces. Let me see if I can find a good spot. Hold on. Let me rotate it a little bit. I think this looks good. Now to resize the models that you have, we're going to simply right click on any model that we want to resize, and we're going to go to utilities, and we're going to click on add scale control to models. This will help alter the size of the models that you want to change size of from small to gigantic. So what we're going to do, we're going to simply click on root transform scale, then we're going to slowly go to the left. Left side will decrease the size of the model. Right side will increase the size of the model. Keep that in mind. Alright, so once we do that, we're going to readjust the pyramid, and we're going to do some more resizing by the tip. And to do that, I'll show you in just a moment. As soon as I get this adjusted, we'll move on to the next step. You can also adjust the camera if it's too discombobulating to do. And of course, as you can tell, this position looks very fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to reposition, well, rotate correctly. And we're going to global movement. Well, actually, hold on. Let's go for the back head, the back of his head a little bit. Remember, guys, we're gonna, after we get done applying at the right spot, we're then going to change the size differently, and we're also going to do the coloration. I think this is good. Now, for the sizing for the tip, we're going to click on the model right here with the cube symbol, and then you'll see root transform scale. Whoa, scratch that. I meant the size 1 and size 2. We're going to focus on size 1. Size 1 adjusts the top size, and size 2 adjusts the bottom size. So we're going to simply click and hold on size 1, and we're going to drag to the right carefully. It's starting to look good already. Alright, so let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now, what we're going to do, let me check the front real quick. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, now, we're going to do some coloration for this one. So, and the same thing for the other pyramid symbols too. So what we're going to do, same process, well not the same process for custom colorization, I'm talking about the fundamental colorization for source filmmakers. So right click on pyramid 1, then scroll to add override materials and click on that. Then we're going to right click again on the model and go show element viewer, model. Then we're going to go to materials, expand, shapes, expand, then apply the coloration. Now as you can tell, it won't show the full color bar fully, so we're just gonna do the best we can. And the colors are yellow, so it doesn't matter. So there's the color right there, and apply it to this too in case it doesn't show well. So that's the first helmet piece. Now for the same routine for the other side and of course the upper back part of it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the second one, and this time we're gonna apply it to the top. So same process before we get to that. Bib head, scroll to root transform, zero out the procedural, transform in. There we go. Then we're going to readjust position and size. First things first, the position. Add scale to control models, change size, transform scale, should be at least the same size. There we go, that should be good. Then like this, bring forward to the back, rotate a little bit. Starting to look really good. Just do some readjustments if necessary. Size 1. Looking good. And the coloration. Yellow again. Okay. Alright. Let me adjust a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now for the last pyramid piece. Same procedure. This time we're going to focus on this spot, and hopefully I'll get it to look like the right area. This will be the left helmet piece. So bib head, root transform, click and drag, click on root transform on the pyramid, zero it out to make it apply to the head, since you got the head locked to the root transform for the pyramid. Alright, so readjust. Facing left, or yeah, hold on, that'll be readjusted in just a moment. Utilities, add scale control models. Okay. Now to drag to the head. Rotate just a little bit. Come down a little, and this way. Adjust camera if need be. But make sure you do it correctly. Rotate. Yeah, the global rotate makes it a lot easier to make a ton of rotation corrections and such, and of course the many other awesome controls that Source Filmmaker have. That's what I love about Source Filmmaker, because when you lock the stuff to certain things like for items and stuff, that's what I love about it. Now to the size. Here we go. Let me just bring the okay, yeah, make sure it's even. Let me rotate it some more. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, so far so. Actually, that looks pretty good. So let me just bring it in a little bit. And do a little more of this. And there we go. Coloration. Element viewer. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Add override materials, I'm sorry. Then element viewer model. Yeah, sometimes most of the laborious steps can catch you off guard sometimes, but no worries though. At least you still got it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's see how it looks. I need to adjust the left side a little bit more. Whoa, wait a minute, I did too much there. Hold on. It looks even in the back. Let me adjust the size a little more. And rotate a little bit. for the back side at the top. Make it more displayable. Alright, now let's check the front. And there you have it, guys. The actual avatar of Silverreploid CLE. There's a full outlook of myself on SFM, if you will. And it's a very great view. That is awesome. So guys, this has been the tutorial on how to make me on SFM, Silverreploid CLE. And of course, before I go, I want to give a huge shout out to Sneakyerz for the MegaMan X model, Spicy Apple for the shapes, the headpieces, and Bruno Zillin for the custom Reploid skin files in order to carry out the customization of this model. Guys, this concludes another SFM tutorial. This is probably one of the most biggest tutorials I ever did. I hope you guys enjoyed it to the fullest. And if you want to, once again guys, if you want to try this out for yourself, and of course, use me on your SFM animations, you can feel free to use me on your SFM animations. And if you want the Reploid skin for your customization, make sure you contact me via Discord. Once again guys, the link to my Discord is in the description. And if you like this video, smack the thumbs up button because we're going to keep going. And there will be more SFM animations to come soon. And probably in the near future, I might do some pertaining to myself, pertaining to YouTube or stuff like that. And I'll let you guys know in due time. So once again guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video. And if you guys are new to my YouTube channel and want to see more tutorials and of course more SFM animations, make sure you take a minute to subscribe for more content and turn on my post notifications. Follow my social media and Twitch if you like. And do not forget, as always, to share because we care. And with that said, the more to come soon. This is Silverreploid CLE. I love you guys to the fullest. And as always, guys, I will see Reploids, Mavericks, Maverick Hunters, Sigma, SFM users, I'm an SFM user too, etc. Everyone, in the next video. Stay blessed, warmed and loved. And as always, guys, I will see you next time at the Utopia. Take care.